Hey guys, welcome back to Hopper's Paintball. My name is Mr. Mike. Last couple of videos I had a couple of people ask me to go through the LTR, so that's what we're going to do today. This is the Dye LTR hopper. On the bottom, of course on the back you've got the power button. On the bottom is called a shark's fin. So what happens is if you get a paintball that jams up in the hopper and it quits feeding, turn the whole gun and everything upside down, do the shark tooth till it clears up, turn it back, go back to playing. Okay, we're going to go through this. We're going to take it apart. So let's get the camera pointed down a little bit so we can see real good. All right, to start with, you got to open the lid. There's a little tab right here in the back. We're going to pull that up. Just like that. Then we're going to push the button right there, and we're going to separate the two halves. Okay. All right. If you want to put a speed feed on this hopper, take all these screws out. This center plate comes out. Take the pin out. Put the hopper in. We will do that for you. So if you need a speed feed, or you have a speed feed and you want us to put it in for you, just come and let us know. We'll be glad to do it for you. All right. So first of all, you've got this ramp plate here. What it does is when you fill it with paintballs, that pushes down, and as the paintballs are used in this area and the paintballs start coming down, the ramp goes up and pushes all the paintball into the feed. Okay. There's a tab right here in the front. To take this out, just push down on that tab, pops right out, just like that. Okay. Now from here is where you're going to put your batteries in. There's Velcro, and the Velcro is in there, so if you take a bad dive or something, the batteries don't get dislodged, and that is the end of your game for that round. All right. So you want to make sure when you put new batteries in it, make sure they're good and tight on there. All right. Got two fingers. 1, 2. Okay. Flip them out, and all of this comes right out. Okay. This is this is all toolless. So far we haven't used any tools at all. So what you're going to see in here is if you break paint and it gets gooky up in here, all of this comes apart. And clean all that out. If you take the battery pack out, which by the way it pulls right out too, we got to get your tabs just right, and this bad boy comes out too. Not quite as easy as that other piece did, but all right, there we go. All right, now you can just throw this. You can throw this part right here in the sink. All of this can throw, not this. Everything else here with the hopper, you can throw it in the sink, wash it with a little dishwashing liquid, get this bad boy spotless. The thing you want to make sure of when you put this piece back in, it goes in at an angle, and you want to make sure you're holding your shark tooth forward. Okay. So you put this back in just like that, and make sure your shark tooth works, and we're good to go. Okay. All right. So you got all these pieces here. Holding this in your hand. This gear, red, white gear, it goes in first, it drops right in the bottom. Okay. And it does have a slot that it goes in, and it meshes up with that big gear right there. Okay. The next piece that's going to go in is the tray. Well, I call it a bowl. I don't know if that's the right name or not, but that's why I call it the bowl, because it looks like a little bowl. All right, you got a little lip right here. So this has got to go underneath that lip, and it folds right down on top of the thing. Okay. This is agitator, driver, whatever you want to call it. This is what drives the balls into your gun. Okay. You see the gear on the bottom of it. The gear goes down, meshes in with those gears right there. Okay, you'll know you got it in right because when you try to turn it, it's spring loaded. It's going to keep going back. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. All right, this is the top portion. I call it a cage because it looks like a cage. I don't know if that's the proper name, but that's what we call it. Again, you've got the little lip right here. So you got to go underneath the lip, okay? Fold it down, snaps in place. Then you're going to take these tabs and you're going to flip the tabs back up. There shouldn't be any pressure on them at all. If there is, something's not lined up right, to make sure you got everything in there right. Push your power button on the back, and that's what you should have. Okay? So what you're going to do now is you're going to take the ball tray, tuck it in under the front, push it, and then snap. Okay? It'll stay in there, and the ramp works fine. Now we're going to take and open our thing back up, pull our tab up. Notice there's a hole right there, a little slot right there in that piece. So what we're going to do is we're going to line them up, push your button in the back, push the safety back down, close the lid, and you're good to go. And that's how you do a hopper. This is specifically for the LTR, the die rotor. It does the same way. You can tell the difference between a rotor and an LTR. Well, this is actually a Dye LTR rotor, but the original rotor will have windows right here on each side. Okay, the LTR does not. They are taken apart and put together exactly the same way. Okay, so this takes care of both of them, LTR and the Dye rotor. All right. Again, if you've got something in your mind and you want to see on the channel, leave it in the comment section, and we'll make a video on it. This is turning out to be a pretty good how-to channel and players channel, summer camp, all that good stuff. We're going to just post a miscellaneous of everything, okay? So like I say, subscribe, like, let me know what you want to see. We'll see you next time. Mr. Mike, out.